Artificial intelligence, global digitalization, and the clean energy transition share a single physical constraint: the availability of critical raw materials. This chart reflects International Energy Agency projections. To meet global climate targets by 2040, the world must increase lithium supply 40-fold and triple rare earth elements. Meeting those targets requires an industrial scale-up of extraction within a highly compressed timeframe. However, raw ore in the ground represents only the start of the process. Without the capacity to refine it into usable industrial components, that mineral wealth remains inaccessible. There is a sharp technical distinction between mining and refining. Processing raw concentrate into pure technical inputs is a capital-intensive metallurgical feat that currently acts as a global bottleneck. If the world cannot build a scalable architecture for refining these minerals, the transition to clean energy will stall on a purely physical level. Current supply chains create systemic vulnerability. While controlling 60% of global extraction, China manages 85% of processing capacity. This concentration allows market commodities to be used as geopolitical levers. In 2023, Beijing restricted exports of gallium, germanium, and graphite. In late 2024, export controls were extended to antimony and its smelting technologies. With no alternative processing hub, global prices doubled within weeks. These shocks have prompted a rapid legislative response. Washington is funding domestic tech sovereignty, while the European Union has passed the Critical Raw Materials Act. The CRMA's mandate is specific. By 2030, no single third-party country can provide more than 65% of any strategic material to the European market. Western capital and policy are now forced to establish a new, non-monopolized global resource base to ensure long-term economic survival. Central Asia holds minerals competing with legacy supply chains: 38% of global manganese and 30% of chromium. Kazakhstan holds 160 rare earth deposits. Uzbekistan boasts $3 trillion in critical minerals, while Tajikistan and Kyrgyzstan possess massive antimony reserves. Processing these volumes requires the kind of infrastructure and heavy equipment seen in this open-pit operation. But despite this immense raw geological wealth, Central Asia has historically been locked into a role limiting its economic growth. This diagram illustrates the value-added trap. 70% of Central Asia's minerals leave as raw ore for Chinese refineries. Exporting raw concentrate is the lowest margin activity. That material's market value increases 5-fold once refined into battery precursors or finished industrial metals. Central Asian states are now executing a multi-vector strategy to capture that value, actively engaging with the US C5+1 framework, Japan, Korea, and the EU's Global Gateway. They are using aggressive fiscal policy as an incentive. Uzbekistan offers 10-year tax holidays, specifically for investors willing to build full-cycle production facilities locally. Kazakhstan's new tax code penalizes raw exports, while offering favorable royalty regimes to partners who build high-tech processing plants within the country. These regional leaders are no longer accepting the role of resource providers. They are leveraging global demand to fund their own industrialization. Scaling up processing in Central Asia faces a significant barrier. Hydrometallurgy requires immense amounts of water and energy, clashing with the region's existing water scarcity. Regional warming is outpacing the global average, which directly threatens the glacial river systems that sustain both agriculture and industry. There is also a regulatory hurdle. The EU's Carbon Border Adjustment Mechanism means that if minerals are processed using high-carbon energy or substandard environmental practices, they will be entirely blocked from European markets. This is being resolved through technology transfer. Partners from Korea and Japan are using AI to digitize legacy geological archives, while European firms are installing advanced water recycling systems. These facilities represent the new regional standard: closed-loop chemical processing plants designed for environmental compliance. Western capital effectively exports the vital ESG infrastructure necessary to make regional ore legally viable on the global market. Fully refined minerals have no strategic value if they cannot reach the market. For landlocked Central Asia, the traditional routes go through sanctioned territory in Russia or Iran. This geography makes the Trans-Caspian International Transport Route, the Middle Corridor, the primary artery for non-sanctioned trade. Modernizing the Caspian ports at Aktau and Korik is essential for handling heavy metallic cathodes and keeping transit times to Europe under 14 days. Armenia and Azerbaijan produce significant volumes of copper and molybdenum, while their territory serves as the unavoidable land bridge for the entire corridor. The TRIPP project is a US-backed 43-kilometer corridor through Armenia. It connects Azerbaijan directly to Turkey along the Araks River, bypassing historical logistical choke points. Integrating these direct rail links reduces the transit time from Central Asia to Turkey by 25%. The Middle Corridor and the TRIPP route form an integrated industrial belt, physically bypassing sanctioned territory to integrate the region with Western markets. Turkey serves as the industrial and geographic anchor for this network. With its own $3.5 trillion in mineral potential, Turkey is transitioning into a regional hub for the production of magnets, batteries, and other high-value refined products. The financial, diplomatic, and logistical threads of this strategy will converge at the 12th MINEX Asia Forum in Ankara in 2026. This is where practical integration occurs. Tajik and Uzbek operators locking in long-term deals with Japanese technology firms and European battery manufacturers. This 3D map shows the resulting architecture. Capital and technology flow eastward, while refined minerals move west to feed the industrial centers of Europe and North America. The network creates a complete end-to-end supply chain that operates independently of existing monopolies.
All of these converging macroeconomic shifts, these complex logistical rewirings, and the heavy technological demands, they are all physically coming together at the upcoming MINEX Asia 2026 forum. As one of our sources perfectly summarizes the geopolitical reality, Turkey acts not just as a logistical link, but as a powerful industrial hub linking Asian raw materials with European markets. MINEX really serves as the physical platform to finalize this industrial symbiosis. You have Central Asia providing the vast resource base, Western and Asian nations providing the necessary capital and tech, and Turkey serving as that crucial industrial bridge right on the doorstep of Europe.
Which leaves us with a final, rather provocative thought to take away from this explainer. We are watching the global economy physically and geographically restructure its foundation to survive the energy transition. As billions in fresh capital and immense mineral resources converge across Eurasia, the ultimate question remains. In this entirely new era of high-stakes geopolitical competition, who will truly command the industrial supply chains of tomorrow? Thank you for exploring the source material with us today. It's a fascinating shift, so keep questioning how our world is being built.